Hello friends, this is Wendy. I am a scrapbooker, a paper crafter, both of which I have been doing the majority of my life, and I am an aspiring junk journaler. This is a new craft that I have recently picked up, and I am currently working on a baby book because the baby is coming. Well, not immediately, but soon. Let's see, so I still have First Giggle, First Steps, Slept Through the Night, Stand on My Own, Pull the Stand, Roll Over, and there's got to be First Easter in here somewhere. Ooh, these are already kind of started, so that's cool. Ooh, this one just needs a saying on it. Oh, look, it's looking like less work. Every moment I look at it, it looks like it's a little less work. I need to find... Oh, we're getting to some more sayings here. All right, First Easter, Baby Blessing, Up on All Fours, and I Can Crawl. Okay, so it looks like I've got 6, 7, 8, 10. Of course, here's 3 right here. All right, I'm going to start on First Easter, just because I have been just awful. I think that looks like blessing. So, which would make 9 if I do that. Okay. So I've got these 2 kind of started. Started pulling things over here, and now I'm realizing I've got things in the way. So, I have this friend who's pregnant, I'm making this for. She's been really sick, and I just recently found out she's had COVID. I mean, I remember being pregnant, and I remember I had bronchitis and just a lot of coughing, which was absolutely no fun at all. So I really hurt for her. I'm going to measure how big these are. I'm sure I have a ruler floating around, but that's why I've got backups. Okay, and how tall is this? About 3 inches. So this fits in the 1.5. Actually, fits in the 1.5 to 5.5 if I want to make it tall. This is the hardest one, and I think it's just because I want to do some fun stuff with it, and I don't want it to be too big. So that's like 2 by 3. That one would be even bigger. Where's this other one? See, wouldn't this be cute? And I have baby's first Easter like right in his hands. That would be really cute. How tall? Tall is fine. Oh, I could just make him. I could just make him. This one. Yes. And I have seen people that they cut those out and then stuffed a little saying in there. So, this, the way this particular die works, and this is Bunny Stitch or Stitch Bunny or, anyway. It is by Tim Holtz. You cut this out of one color, and then you cut this out of another color. And so, I think I'm going to try that. And it's just going to be the bunny. It's just going to say baby's first Easter, and I'm going to quit stressing over it. Okay, so I just pulled this up on Pinterest, and I love this. This is what I'm going to do. I even love these little white X's for stitching. Oh, and it looks like, because they don't tell you even who it is or what they did or anything, it looks like this is watercolor paper, and they used possibly, well, they probably used watercolor pencils to do some pink and then make it darker in some places. So I'm going to start there. So I'll do watercolor, and then I'll do a white, and then looks like there's a little bit of gray in there. I might splatter that one. That could be cool. Splatter it with lost shadow. And then it looks like they just inked in the eyes. Okay. I'm going to try this. We'll see if I can get it to look anything like that. Of course, am I using the same? I'm using a different bunny. Same set, different bunny, but yeah. Gosh, I like that bunny. Should I change? Should I switch? Maybe. Maybe. Okay. Okay, so let me get these out. I haven't quite decided. Oh, I mentioned it in my last video. The decisions are the bane of my existence. Just trying to decide what exactly I want to do. I've never used this before. Now, how to use it, I've done this before, right? I mean, I've never used this die before. But in the past, like the first time I use a particular die, I'm like, oh, what should I do? What should I do? And then I use it, and then it's like, oh, now I know kind of what I want to do with it. And the next ones are much, much easier. But the first one is always the hardest for me to decide, because decisions are the bane of my life. So, anywho, and this is the first time I've used this die completely. Isn't he cute though? Okay, so let me get a little organized here. I'll be back. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out this first Easter. See how well it fits. Should have gotten Sky Guy out. But Snips is doing her job. Okay, so first Easter we'd go in these little flaps here. I have got to quit poking myself with needles and stabbing myself with scissors. I'm just telling you. Band-Aids are a part of my life. Okay, that fits perfectly well there. Okay. How does it fit in here? I'll have to remember to do it before I glue it down, right? So, okay, so this one will be more like that, but it works. Okay, so either one will do it. So my biggest risk right now is losing this little thing. So I'll set it off to the side way over there, and hopefully. Okay, so I think I'm going to basically do these both the same. Oh, this one's going to fit better. And since it does fit, the size of this one will fit better. Okay, well, I'll make that one another time for myself. Or for somebody else. Or for myself. Okay, let me get my pencils out. So I don't exactly know how whoever made that picture made it, but it did look like they took spun sugar and kind of went around the edge, because some of it is lighter than others. I may take a second color and darken it a little bit, but I'm going to take this first and go around the ears completely. It does dry a little lighter than it goes on when it's wet. And I can put it on heavier in places. I'm probably going to spritz it with water, because this is watercolor paper. so that some of it is lighter than others. Oh. So I have another friend who's pregnant, and her little 4-year-old broke her leg this weekend. So here she is, very pregnant. She also has a 2-year-old who I'm sure doesn't completely understand, especially all the added attention the 4-year-old's getting, right? Because the 4-year-old has to be carried everywhere. She just got a cast on today, and I think, oh, how do these lovely women do this? I never had, I mean, you know, pregnancies definitely come with some challenges, but these particular challenges were not mine. And my heart goes out to them. So I want to help out as much as I can, because, you know, I have no life. I have no life. I mean, you know, YouTube is fun and all, but it's not, you know, it's not a real life. So, okay. But it's nice to be available when people I know need help. I don't know that I've really ever had that kind of luxury ever in my life. I've been working or been a mommy myself, or, you know, busy with this or that, or so it's nice to kind of be able to be available. Let's see. Let me just kind of get an idea, see if there are other places that I want to put a little more ink on. Oh, I think that's looking really good. I would like to get a little more ink around her face. I'm calling it a her because the baby is a her. I don't know a whole lot about girl babies. I didn't have any of my own. I just had rough and tumble boys. So it's nice to be able to use pink. You know what I did? This past weekend, we went into a bigger town. We live in a small town. I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area, so unless I go into Salt Lake, I'm not really sure any of these so-called cities are proper cities when you grow up near San Francisco, right? But there's this larger town that we went to that has a Hobby Lobby. And I went there, and I told my husband, I said, I'm going to one aisle, and if they have anything in the Tim Holtz aisle, and they have 4 feet. I used to work retail, so I understand. 4 feet of Tim Holtz, and that's it. So if in that 4 feet of Tim Holtz they have something I want, then I'll be buying something. And they had oxides, and they had, what did they have? They had saltwater taffy, and they had Kitsch flamingo. And I was all excited, and I quickly bought them. And as we were driving home, I was like, wow, they aren't brown, they aren't blue, they aren't boy. Oh my gosh! I have all this pink. What do I need pink for? Anyway, so I do have some young people who are pink people, so that's good. Okay, let's try this again. So I'm kind of like with one eye looking at. All right. So I think I need to really just, well, so I guess I'll mark it. Maybe lightly mark it with a pencil. Other areas where I really need, I kind of need to go through the whole thing with a light wash, and then do darker in some places. So back to my watercolor pencil. So I'm actually going to just do just going across with a wash to make sure that there's pink everywhere. Ooh, got somebody coming home. I've been all alone for a little bit. So there's our noisy front door. I do want to make the eyes black, but I may do that with my micron pens. So let's go here. All right, now that I have a pink wash all across here. Let's see how that goes. So I want to make certain areas a little darker. So maybe I'll just take a darker color. I do like this saltwater taffy. I think it pairs very well with the spun sugar. I think they have kind of that ballerina pink to them. Okay, so I'll do some of this, trying to eyeball a little bit where, and it's okay if there's a bit of a hit and miss, because that's sort of the idea. I'll do that in the middle there. The watercolor pencils are so nice because you really can place them where you want them. If you're spraying, you know, I mean, I have done a lot of spraying lately. You're kind of spritzing and hoping that you get it where you want it. You don't have nearly the same control that we have with watercolor. Oh, I'm going to need to do this one spot a lot darker right there. Oh, well that, so this whole area right in here I want to do darker. Okay. So anyway, so I went over and helped my young friend with her little ones, and I loved every moment of it. I really have to tell you. Just warmed my heart to do that. I think I want to put a little more of this in here in the middle. Now let's see what this looks like. See if I can get it to go just right. Okay, so I like that. I'm going to now get my, let this dry, put it over here. And I'm going to get out my Lost Shadow. Oh, that's pumice stone. Lost Shadow, here we go. And I'm going to, oh, still a little bit of pink, but it'll be all right. Kind of getting an idea of this. That's still kind of pinkish. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to kind of do this. And I might even do some splattering. I don't want it to be too gray, but I don't want it to be white, 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 because I would like, if I put any of those X's on it, I would like the X's to be white, and I'd like them to kind of show up. So I will speed this up. Okay, so now I'm just sort of playing around. I guess we should make it so you can see this. I apologize. Okay, so I have finished her. I did put some gray. I painted some gray right here so that the little stitching will show up. Not sure I love that. I've tried spritzing it with water and trying to get rid of it, but it's cute enough, right? I did put some stitches up here, and I decided to put a flower. The flower is from Bunny Games. And this is Stitched Bunny or Bunny Stitching or something like that. I gave her a couple of little eyelashes, right? Because she's a girl. I think she's stinking cute. I really do. And I think she doesn't, I don't think she needs to be on anything. Let me pull one over here. I suppose she could be on a tag or separate. On a tag, separate. Oh, I don't know. Ah, you can write me. You could put this in the comments and say, oh, on the tag or separate. Separate, on the tag. Kind of like it on the tag, but I like it separate. Oh, so I'm going to let you decide. Ha, ha, ha. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, please give it a big thumbs up. Hit that notification bell and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will be back to work more on this baby book. I just can't dawdle around anymore, right? So, oh, on the tag, all by itself. On the tag, all by itself. Oh, I cannot decide. All right, so please help me out, okay? And I'll see you soon. Bye.